Do not start a pressure washing business. This is a genuine plea to people that are considering starting in the pressure washing business in the UK. Could be anywhere for that matter. Don't do it. Definitely don't do it if you're going to underestimate how much hard work it's going to take from you, the skills that you're going to have to acquire over, say, a period of 5 years, the skills of doing the job, the knowledge of chemicals, the skills in communication and marketing and sales that you're going to have to develop over those years in order to get customers and get the right type of customers, the mistakes that you're going to face. Please do not start a pressure washing business because you have seen influencers online that are making pressure washing look easy. It's probably a business that is very, very tough on the body, and people online, including myself, we just make it look really, really easy the longer you've been doing it. You'll often have people with all the right type of equipment, so things are really nice and efficient. And when you're starting out, unless you're starting with a big budget, you're not going to start like that. You're going to start with a pressure washer that you're going to haul in and out of the van. You're going to start with barrels of chemicals that you're going to be potentially mixing yourself, or carrying around with you at a customer's job site. It's a tough business, basically, and I don't want you to go into this business thinking that it's going to be an easy one. So what inspired me to make this video is I met a guy. He's brand new to business. I'm not going to mention his name for privacy. Brand new to business, like running a business personally, brand new to pressure washing, and he wants to start this business, and he's got big ambitions of getting to 20 grand a month straight away on his own, but maybe with an employee. And one of the disadvantages of the residential pressure washing business is that each time you generally get a customer, you service them basically one time. Let's say you're doing roof cleaning. You clean a roof, it's generally a one-time service. Here in the UK, we generally like steam clean or pressure wash a roof, and then you put a soft wash on at the end to get it nice and clean. The recurring nature of that business is maybe once every 3 years you can retreat a roof. So that's sort of like the cadence that you can service a customer again. Pressure washing a driveway, you generally do the service, and once a year you could come back and do that job for the same customer again. But that's not always the case. You're not going to have every customer coming back every single year. So it's a business where you don't necessarily have that regular maintenance outside of maybe offering weed treatments to customers' driveways and stuff like that. So it's very much a one hit, and then you don't get that recurring business. So I mean, that's one of the main reasons why I would not start a pressure washing business. So when it comes to exterior cleaning, pressure washing, soft washing, again, it's more of a one-time service, but it's generally a higher ticket service. Now that is good and bad in the same way. So when you're first starting out, to get some of these high ticket jobs, they're charging 2 grand, 3 grand, 4 grand to clean a roof. You have to build up a lot of trust on the front end with the customer in order to get that business. So when you're brand new to business and you've got no online reputation, you've got no Google reviews, your website's a bit funny, you've just got flyers, it's very hard to build up that trust with a customer when you're asking for a lot of money. And I would consider a lot of money in exterior cleaning anything above £1,000. £1,000, jobs below £1,000 in my experience, you can, probably 500 quid, you can close on the phone, and you don't necessarily have to be there to see the customer. But anything above 500 quid to 1,000 plus is what I would call high ticket, and you would generally need to see the customer. Now, if you're starting out brand new and you don't have the website, you don't have the online reviews, you have to build up a lot of trust with the customer. Now, if you compared that to other businesses where the ticket is lower, but there's maybe a lot more recurring income in that particular profession, let's say you're doing lawn care, you know, it's a 25 quid job, 50 quid job, and you're going to come back every 2 weeks. You don't need a lot of trust there. People can take a punt on you, pay you 50 quid, come and do the lawn, and they just hope that you're reliable. When it comes to doing a higher ticket thing like a roof clean, there's got to be a lot more trust there in order for them to want you to do the job. So going back to the idea of the influencers making it easy, the pressure washing business is very, very tough on the body, particularly roof cleaning. It looks super easy, but if you're doing roof cleaning a lot, or you're doing a lot of pressure washing, I found it's tough on your wrists, it's tough on your back, depending on what kind of if you're working for bad customers, it's tough on your ass because they're going to absolutely take advantage of you. Hopefully you don't do that, but it's very physical on the body. It's not a simple and easy job. It looks easy, but it's definitely not. So it can take a lot of upfront money to start in the pressure washing business. So you can do it on a budget, but if you want to do a job thoroughly, you're going to need a certain level of equipment. The minimum you're going to need is a van of some sort to put your equipment in. Let's say you're doing roof cleaning. If you want to do roof cleaning, you're going to need a lot of kit. You're going to need your pressure washer as a minimum, something that's reliable, that's not going to just be clapped out after one season. You want like a nice Honda machine with a Italian pump. You know, I'm not a Mazzoni, a Interpump. We like the Interpumps. You're going to need something that's at least 15 litres a minute at minimum, and you know, it's going to cost you 2k. Then you're going to need to buy all your poles. You're going to need your chemicals. You're going to need a way of applying the chemicals, your high pressure hose, your PPE. So you're looking at like $5 and a bit grand minimum to get you started, and then you're going to need a van or a trailer. And in order to have a trailer, you need a car. So there's a lot of expenses in starting up the business, and that's before you've even earned any money. So I would say that the pressure washing business actually does require quite a bit of upfront cash to do it like great from day one. If you wanted to start your business and start with like maybe the equipment that we have, you're looking at like nearly 15 grand to buy the pressure washing and soft wash system. Then you've got various extras and spares that you want to carry for when things inevitably fail and break down. So, you know, a spare pump, you might want spare high pressure hose, you want some spare fittings. You know, by the time it's all said and done and you've kitted your van out, you might be 20k all in. Now that requires quite a bit of business, quite a lot of cash to get yourself started. So the pressure washing business is not necessarily a low investment business. Another thing about the pressure washing business is the chemicals that you're going to be using. So alongside learning about the chemicals, what chemicals are used for what, how they each solve different problems, they're hazardous to your health if you're not using the correct PPE and you're not using them in the correct and safe fashion. That even goes for storing the chemicals. You've got to store the chemicals in the correct way. You can't cross-contaminate chemicals because you can have reactions, and it can be incredibly dangerous. So there is a lot of hazards in the pressure washing business. Roof cleaning, for example, you're working at heights. You're dealing with high pressure water, and then you're dealing with chemicals that are pretty dangerous if you don't take the necessary precautions. That also comes with another risk, a challenge, that is training people. So when you're dealing with all these hazards, it's a risk that you have to take as an employer as well. You have to employ people and have the systems and processes in place to reduce the risk of harm when your employees are dealing with these hazardous chemicals and high pressure. Another thing that's challenging about the pressure washing business is the seasonal aspect of the pressure washing business. So depending on what services that you are offering, it can be a seasonal business. So if you're offering just pressure washing of driveways and patios and those types of services, you are going to have slow spots in the season. There is a seasonality to the business, even through the summer. So, spring it gets really, really busy, and summer is busy. School holidays, it goes a little bit quiet. Then after the school holidays, it gets busy into October and November. Then into December and January is generally a little bit slow then as well. So there's a seasonality to the business, and it's going to be tough working in those throughout the year. So it's not a business that you want to do if you don't like working outside, you don't like the cold, you don't like the wet, you don't like it too warm. So if you're a bit of a pussy, you are not going to like it. It's quite a tough physical business. I would consider this, women can do it, but it's a man job. So you just got to be prepared to understand that it's like a tough job, and but women can do it. But you got to be a tough woman. So it's a tough business. The other aspect of the pressure washing business that people underestimate is the level of business acumen that you must develop in order to just have a successful pressure washing business. So from starting a business 5 years ago, personally, the level of knowledge and skills that I have today compared to what I had 5 years ago is dramatically different. The way that I can think about issues, process issues, find solutions to problems, simplify things, I've grown a lot. But after those 5 years, I've now realized almost how little I do know about the actual business. I do know quite a bit about business and learning through doing my own tests and experiments, but you underestimate what is involved in starting a business. That is not just true of a pressure washing business. It doesn't matter what business it is. I started off window cleaning, and then into the pressure washing, soft washing, and it doesn't matter. Each business has its challenges. Window cleaning has its challenges, gutter cleaning, pressure washing, and they all have unique little problems that you must solve to be able to be valuable enough to the customers that they want to hire you. So it's going to be tough. Even though it's a pressure washing business, you think it's going to be super easy. It's not. You're basically starting a business. It just happens to be pressure washing. So do not underestimate what is required of you to be successful in the pressure washing business. It's not just pressure washing. It's a business too. Commit to a 5-year apprenticeship before you sort of get anywhere. 5 years of hard knocks in the pressure washing business. The final part, I'm sure I've missed things, other reasons why not start a pressure washing business, but I touched on it, the complexity of training and equipment. Now, we do make equipment. We make pressure washing and soft washing equipment. This equipment has been designed and made to be simple to maintain and simple to use. Now, even if you haven't been persuaded not to start a pressure washing business, if you're brand new to business, if you are brand new to business period, if you are brand new to pressure washing and soft washing, please consider if this business is for you. If you have all of the equipment, it does not mean that you're going to be successful in the business. There's the equipment, there's like the business side, which you could probably call mindset and skill set. This is probably far, far more important than the equipment. The mindset and the business skill sets are more important than the equipment. And that's me saying that from the point of view of somebody that sells equipment to pressure washing business. So yeah, it's difficult to train staff. We do have a piece of equipment that's like quite simple to learn and be trained on, but please do not think that with the correct equipment that you'll just be able to master the pressure washing and soft washing business. You've got to get your mind right, and you've got to also improve other skill sets that you have. Management, communication, training. You've got to learn training as well, because I've got a guy now working for me now. I've got to show him exactly what to do. I'm learning that skill set as I go. Marketing, sales, social media, business systems. So how to use a CRM, how to generate work, how to qualify customers, how to quote jobs. We have the pressure washing calculator, but how to quote jobs, how to sell jobs. You need to learn all of these different things, and equipment is probably just one small element of that, like 8-piece puzzle, which is probably a lot larger than I understand right now. So yeah, please do not start a pressure washing business if you think it's going to be easy. Please consider it and look at all the other options that you have before committing to starting any business. Any business. Look at all the options on the table and then just make a choice. Hope this helps you, and peace.